Myles Turner has agreed to a 4-year, $107 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks, plus a player option for year four in 2028, 2029, and a full 15% trade kicker. The sources tell ESPN from Shams Charania. So I have to say, this signing really did surprise me. I am definitely shocked that the Pacers allowed Myles Turner to walk away like the way he did. I think this is a huge, huge blow to the Indiana Pacers. Granted, it's not as big of a blow as losing Halliburton for the whole entire season, but this is a pretty big blow. It's like you already been kicked in the nuts once, and now you're getting kicked in the nuts again after Halliburton went down. I just can't understand why the Pacers decided to get rid of him and not even try to counter that offer or go after him aggressively. He's definitely an important part of their team. I would say Indiana's two best players are Halliburton and Siakam, but you can make the argument that Myles Turner is arguably their third best player or their third most important player on their team. They really, really need him, and he was big for them throughout the playoffs. So it's just, yeah, it's mind numbing that they got rid of him. But from what I've heard is that Indiana's owner is a very cheap guy. He doesn't like to pay the luxury tax. So this was a move in which Indiana made to save money, essentially, to avoid the luxury tax. I would say going forward, it's a bad look for the Pacers because it shows that they are not willing to put together a competitive team for a long period of time once they had to deal with the financial ramifications of it. Granted, I understand luxury tax is expensive, but most owners are willing to deal with luxury tax. Now, when you get above the apron, all the other stuff, I get it, it's understandable, but it's a bad look for Indiana, and you got to think about Halliburton going forward. I'm sure he's not happy with this move, even though he's out for all of next season. And you just look at it long term, whenever Halliburton is not a restricted free agent, will he want to stay in Indiana when they've shown him in this move that they're not fully committed to winning, that they don't want to keep a team together that went to the finals, that had a winning core, that arguably had a chance to win it all if it wasn't for the Achilles tendon injury by Halliburton? That sends a powerful message. I definitely believe that. And unless Indiana can do some big move to recover from this loss, I don't think this is good for them in the long term. And obviously in the short term, it's just a huge, huge, huge blow. Also, it has to hurt because Indiana and Milwaukee, they've had this rivalry the last 2 years in which there's a lot of hatred from both teams. And yeah, now it's even more bitter that he went to a rival and a hated rival that is the Milwaukee Bucks. It'll be interesting when Milwaukee comes into town to play the Indiana Pacers just to see how that game goes. I'm sure there will be no love lost between both of these teams, and it's going to be pretty intense. Now, when I look at the Milwaukee Bucks, they had to make a move to replace Brook Lopez. They were hurting at the center spot. I actually thought they would go after DeAndre Ayton. I never pictured they would have a shot at Myles Turner. So they definitely were able to upgrade the center spot in getting Myles Turner, who's a lot younger than Brook Lopez. So that was a huge move by them. Granted, I've heard Giannis is not happy about this move since they had to waive Damian Lillard to make the space to get Myles Turner, which I think is pretty stupid because, like, Damian Lillard is now washed. It's not like he could have done anything to help Milwaukee a year from now. So, I don't understand that. But I think this is a move they had to make just to shore up their front line. Does this move make them a contender in the East? No, I still don't see them as a contender. They don't have a legit number 2 star. Until they can get the legit number 2 star, I do not see them contending in the East for a title and getting out of the East unless there's a plethora of injuries from the other remaining top teams like the Knicks, the Cavs, that I just don't see them getting out of the East. But it was a good move going forward, but they had to get a few more pieces. before I take them seriously as being a legit elite team again.